Hey there, my name is Ryan McMahon, and I am the presenter of this project, The Evolution of Musical Theater Arts. So, why do we study musical theater history? Musical theater is a unique art form that combines music, dance, and storytelling to create a powerful and emotional performance. Over time, it has reflected the social culture, and historical changes happening in society. From ancient rituals to modern Broadway productions, musical theater has continuously evolved. In this presentation, I will explore how musical theater developed across different time periods, highlighting key eras, styles, and influences. By understanding its history, we can better appreciate how today's productions came to be and why they continue to resonate with audiences from all around the world. Let's start at ancient beginnings. The roots of musical theater can be traced back to ancient Greece in the 5th century BCE. Theater at this time was closely tied to religious festivals honoring the god Dionysus. These performances included a chorus that sang and danced while telling stories, making them one of the earliest examples of combining music and drama. Greek theater emphasized storytelling, emotion, and community experience. Later, Roman theater expanded on this by adding more spectacle, including elaborate sets and entertainment focused performances. These early traditions laid the foundation for musical storytelling by showing how music, movement, and narrative could work together to engage an audience. So let's take you through medieval and Renaissance theater. During the medieval period, theater became strongly connected to religion. Performances such as morality plays and liturgical dramas were used to teach lessons about faith, often incorporating music to help communicate messages to audiences who could not read. As society transitioned into the Renaissance, theater began to shift from strictly religious themes to more secular storytelling. One of the most important developments during this time was the creation of opera in Italy in the late 1500s. Opera combined music, drama, and performance in a structured way, making it a direct ancestor of modern musical theater. It introduced the idea that musical music could carry the emotional weight of the story, something we still see in musicals today. Now we're going to move into the 18th and 19th century influences. This period played a major role in shaping what would eventually become musical theater. One of the most important forms of operetta, which was a lighter version of opera that included spoken dialogue, humor, and catchy music. Composers like Gilbert and Sullivan became famous for works such as The Mikado and HMS Pinafore, which combined satire with entertainment storytelling. Another major influence was vaudeville, which featured a variety of acts, including singing, dancing, comedy, and short performances. This helped establish the idea of theater as accessible entertainment for a wide audience. However, it is also important to discuss minstrel shows, which were a significant but deeply problematic part of theater history. Minstrel shows were popular in the 19th century and often featured white performers in blackface portraying exaggerated and offensive stereotypes of black individuals. These performances reinforced harmful racial stereotypes and contributed to systemic racism in American entertainment. While minstrel shows did influence the structure of early musical theater, such as variety acts and musical numbers, it is important to recognize the harm they cause and how modern theater has worked to move away from these practices. Understanding this history allows us to critically examine how the art form has evolved and become more inclusive over time. Over this era, Overall, this era helped shape the structure of modern musicals by blending humor, music, and storytelling for a more cohesive form. Next, we're going to move into the early 20th century, the birth of musical theater. In the early 20th century, musical theater began to take a major step forward with the idea of integrated storytelling. This meant that songs were no longer just for entertainment, they became essential to developing the plot and characters. A landmark production during this time was Showboat, which premiered in 1927. Created by Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein II, Showboat addressed the serious themes such as racism, social inequality, and relationships, which was very different from earlier lighter productions. This shift marked the beginning of modern musical theater where music, story, and character development all worked together to create a meaningful and cohesive performance. We're going to move into the golden age of the 1940s and the 1960s. The golden age of musical theater spanning from the 1940s to the 1960s is often considered the most influential period in Broadway history. During this time, musicals became more structured, with strong storytelling, memorable music, and well-developed characters. Rodgers and Hammerstein were key figures of this era, producing groundbreaking shows like Oklahoma, which fully integrated song, dance, and narrative. Leonard Bernstein also made a major impact with West Side Story, which combined classical music with modern themes of love and conflict. Another iconic musical, The Sound of Music. It showcased emotional storytelling and unforgettable songs. During this era, choreography was also became an important storytelling tool, helping to express emotions and advance the plot. The Golden Age set the standard for what we now recognize as traditional musical theater. Let's move to the 1970s to 1990s, the innovation and mega musicals. From the 1970s to the 1900s, musical theater began to evolve in a new and exciting ways. This era introduced more experimental approaches, including concept musicals, which focused on themes and ideas rather than the traditional linear storytelling. Stephen Sondheim was a major figure in this movement. At the same time, the rise of mega musicals transformed Broadway. These productions were known for their large-scale sets, dramatic visuals, and global appeal. Examples include Les Miserables, which tells a powerful story of justice and redemption. The Phantom of the Opera, known for its dramatic and elaborate staging, and Cats, which focused heavily on dance and spectacle. This era emphasized both emotional storytelling and visual impact, drawing audiences from all around the world. Modern musical theater continues to evolve by incorporating contemporary music styles such as pop, rock, and hip hop. One of the most notable examples is Hamilton, created by Lin-Manuel Miranda, which uses rap and diverse casting to tell the story of American history in a new and engaging way. Other popular shows like Wicked and Dear Evan Hansen explores themes of identity, mental health, and belonging, making them highly relatable to today's audiences. There is also a strong focus on diversity and representation, both on the stage and behind the scenes. Modern musicals reflect current social issues and cultural conversations, allowing them to connect deeply with audiences in a meaningful way. So let's ask the question, why does musical theater matter? Musical theater has evolved significantly over time, growing from ancient performances into the dynamic and diverse art form we see today. It continues to reflect the world around us, addressing important social issues while entertaining audiences. At its core, musical theater combines art, emotion, and storytelling in a way that is both powerful and memorable. As a call to action, I encourage you to watch a musical, explore Broadway recordings, or learn more about musical theater history. Musical theater is more than just entertainment, it is a reflection of who we are and how we express our stories. This is my works cited page. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.